By this point, I'm pretty sure you know what the fuck these are, so I won't say what it is because you chose to listen more than likely. Uh, Today, for a change, I do have a song that I happen to be listening to, or that I wanted to listen to. Uh, the It came from a game I played a long time ago called Shadow of the Colossus, and it's an OST. It's called Shadow of the Colossus OST, Creeping Shadow Extended, and that's a really cool game. I liked it. Uh, so I'm listening to that, or I'm listening to it now, and it's so fucking loud I can't even hear myself. There I go. But yeah, I really don't feel like doing this shit. But I was supposed to do it Sunday. It's fucking Wednesday. I don't think I've slept since maybe 7 or 8 o'clock Tuesday night. I've just been up. Just playing a game. I mean, shit. I couldn't go to sleep no way. So fuck it. Why not play a game? Better than sitting in the fucking darkness in your thoughts. But I was watching this shit on Netflix the other day. Or I've been watching this shit on Netflix lately. It's called what is it called? It's called I hate how Netflix plays fucking sound by itself. It's called Oliver Stone's Untold History of the United States. And man, it's really eye-opening to how fucked up how fucked up things are. I won't go into detail on it. I just say if you have Netflix, watch it for yourself. If you don't have Netflix, you have the internet already. Get creative. You can find some way to find it. But yeah, I checked it out, and it was funny. I'm getting a sense of deja vu. Like I feel like I've talked about this already. I get that a lot sometimes. Sometimes it feels like I've lived something already, or something's just, well, I mean, deja vu, fucking deja vu. Like I've already did this, and I'm doing it over again. I just forgot I did it the first time. Maybe my brain's going a little crazy, but that's been going on for a while. The deja vu thing, I mean. But yeah, there's I forgot what the fuck I was talking about before I said that deja vu thing. Said something about, geez. So my short-term memory is so fucking bad. I can't remember for the fucking life of me what I said. Anyhow, I said check it out. It's fucking neat. Uh, it's so hard not to get caught up in this fucking song though. It's a beautiful song. It's got a certain kind of darkness to it. It's a really neat song. I mean, I'm listening to it on off of YouTube. Uh, it's like the first thing that pops up. Like the version I'm listening to says it's from the OST master. 23,000 views. That's not nearly enough. It's a really neat song. I love it. It's just a beautiful song. Anyhow, back to this Oliver Stone's Untold History of the United States. It's it's really neat. It's like the shit you don't really go over and talk about in history class. And the part I was on was talking about World War II and the Cold War, and just the plays that were being made, by the by Great Britain America and the Soviet Union. And I won't go into detail on that part. What really got me is this guy, Henry Wallace. I'd heard of him like I'd heard of him a few times, never in school, not in class, not in history class. I heard about him from, like I want to say Joe Rogan or some kind of something on YouTube. Somebody mentioned him and like somebody mentioned how he was, this great guy who could have made some real positive change. And watching this documentary or this history, this Untold History series on Netflix, you kind of get a feel for how he got fucked over and how the will of the people got fucked over. It's like the people wanted this guy, and whatever. Well, I shouldn't say whatever powers in the documentary or the series. He tells you exactly who did what. But these people came in and they said essentially, "Hey, nope, that's not going to happen. Fuck what the people want. We're going to put this Truman guy on the ticket as vice president." And ultimately, that other guy, Truman, I'm sure you've all heard of him before. And apparently he was a bitch. He was a fucking I just remember the part of the series where his mom he had, I guess he got bullied when he at school or something. He came home crying and his mom said, "It's okay. You're meant to be a little girl anyway." But it's done in a really fucking kind of fucked up and funny way. But I mean, if you watch the documentary or if you know about Truman, you probably, fuck that guy. Uh it's just crazy how, a relatively small percent of the American population of the human population was responsible for, things like nukes getting dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki on Japan. And I always thought it was weird that happened. From coming from America, I thought America is supposed to be the good guys. But I remember being a kid in history class and kind of reading that and like, oh, wait a sec, aren't those bombs that can destroy the whole world? We're the ones. Not I hate to say we. It's not a we. That yeah, it's not a we thing. It's a they thing. Maybe born in this country, but that's that's another topic for another conversation. Or maybe I'll come back to that later. Just something so evil to drop those bombs on people and claim it saved lives. It saved more American lives. This I always thought that was a lie, and it turns out that was a fucking lie. It was a big fucking lie. And so much of our history classes are filled with fucking lies. And this Netflix series, has a proof to back up the truth that it proclaims. And I do believe the truth that is in this untold history because you get glimpses of it, but it really goes into detail about how fucked up a lot of this shit is, you know. And well, I'll just touch on it. I mean, being black in America, y- well, at least for me, I can't speak for all black people, but the way I was brought up is America has done a lot of evil shit. So as a kid, I saw that flag initially, and I had pride in my heart, to see it. Hey, that's my country's flag. This is my country. But then, you get older and you find out about things like slavery. You find out about things like lynchings and and what's that Jim Crow laws and all this other bullshit. You kind of get a very different image of what America is and what that flag means. And just this Netflix series, man, it it really doesn't pull any punches. It goes into detail about, America's fuck ups. And like I said, this is just my perspective. It's not all black people's perspective, but it's just hard to go, "Hey, I'm an American." And I've tried to do that, many times over. Tried to almost pretend like I'm not black. Not in terms of who I am, just not a pretend. It's like forgetting that I am black and thinking that I'm just a part of this country like everyone else. But every time I've ever did that in my life, I was fucking rudely awakened, and somebody reminded me that I'm not the same, that I am different. But this Netflix series, man, it back to the Henry Wallace thing. It paints a different image of America. And this Henry Wallace dude, man, he was the real deal. He was what I thought America was. He was this, this progressive guy who, I mean, nowadays that's how the words being progressive in terms of politics sounds like a fucking bad thing. But this guy was a true American, like the best version of what an American politician is. He was the real guy, the real people's person, the person out there for the common man. And they stole his opportunity. And it just it fucking pisses me off. I mean, as it should. I got to turn this fucking music off. So fucking it's so fucking almost mentally overpowering because I want to listen to it. Just want to listen to it and just enjoy it. But it's making me feel like I'm a bit I don't know the word for it. Non-conglomerated? No. Disjointed. That's the word. Making me feel like I'm speaking a little bit disjointed, which I'm sure I am. Uh, but yeah, man, this guy was a real fucking deal, and they stole his opportunity to lead. And if it would have been for him, maybe we wouldn't have a lot of the issues we have today. Like the Cold War, that probably wouldn't have ever happened with this guy. I mean, he seemed like a really good guy. And the fact that it was just stolen from him. The fact that the people wanted him and that opportunity was stolen from the people. And you don't hear about that in history class. You don't hear about the thievery of Henry Wallace's opportunity to lead his country in a better direction because Truman was a fucking shithead. It's funny. I remember that's one thing I remember from history classes that he fucking sucked. I remember that Truman sucked, and this documentary puts it in perspective. Some more of the reasons as to why that guy sucked. Um, but yeah, man, watching the I think I'm like right at the Cold War part of this Netflix series. I'll probably talk about it later at some point. It's really good. It's really nice. But it makes me think, as somebody who is, in my life, not always, but traditionally, most of the time, when it counted at least, I chose to go, with my morals over, and let me be more specific. I chose, let's say, if there is a situation where I could be let me think of a specific situation. I hate to go here because this is not super personal, but uh I hate to put it this way, but whenever there's a chance to uh trick somebody, let me be even more specific. Whenever there's just a chance to fuck a girl, whenever there's a chance to fuck a girl and just fuck her and take advantage of her vulnerability and fuck a chick or whatever, or and there could be some fucking smoking hot chick, or whenever these opportunities to for me to take advantage, wrongfully so in my opinion, of a woman or something like that. Most and more specifically, I'm speaking of women in this scenario. I mean, God, I would, you know, situations where most guys probably wouldn't think twice and go, "Hey, I'm gonna slide up in that thing." I'll go and I'll try to be genuine and I'll try to help that chick out or help a person out rather than fuck them. So that not only pertains to women, I guess that's more of a metaphor and a specific scenario at the same time. When I have the chance to fuck somebody over, I don't fuck people over. I try to help them. And to see the history of this country, on full display like it is, it's like, let me give you another example. Whenever somebody is, between a rock and a hard place, male or female, whatever the case may be, if I see it or if I saw it in the past, you know, I would try to help them, even if it was, a negative for myself. If I could manage to help them, why not do it? But now, looking at the history of this country and just looking at the fucking world in general and just, just getting older and seeing the bullshit, like for instance, the Epstein shit where this man can go around fucking little girls and being a fucking pedophile and hanging around all these politicians and celebrities, and nothing really comes of it. Don't get me wrong, the guy went to jail, but he was obviously fucking murdered. It got ruled as a suicide, and and that was just accepted. It's okay. People talk about it. People talk about the fact that he didn't kill himself, that he got murdered. But the country as a whole, the legal system, I mean, what the fuck was the repercussion of that? Where's the investigation into where's where's the justice in that? Those little girls are still fucking molested. They're still raped. They're still scarred, whatever, you know? But he essentially got away with it. I mean, he's dead now, but how much did he really suffer after putting other people through a tremendous deal of suffering? Or look at Harry Truman. This motherfucker is the reason that we have nuclear bombs pointed at us right now, all over the world. But I mean, I haven't got to the point of the series where he died, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't in a fucking prison. He, he got away with it. We got nuclear fucking bombs hanging over our head, and the people responsible for it, they died of old age. You know what kind of shit is that? Or I mean, since it's so easy to pull up shit where people in power get away with evil shit. Let's look at another one. Look at that. Let's say that Wolf of Wall Street guy. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen that movie. Some of you at least. This guy was having the time of his fucking life and fucking people over, ruining people's lives. But I'm pretty sure if I Google that guy right now, he's probably free. And to some degree, he's probably enjoying his life. He's probably not living in hell. Or let's look at North Korea. The people in power there. Kim Jong Un. He's a fat fuck, the only fat person in fucking North Korea. You know, there's all this evilness in the world, and it seems like it gets people to the fucking top. I can't think of many people at the top who are like a Henry Wallace kind of figure. Everybody at the top seems to be pretty fucking dirty. And I'm sure you can pull some examples out your ass where that's not the case. But I mean, it seems like overwhelmingly, the a lot of the people at the top are evil bastards. But maybe I shouldn't call them evil bastards. Maybe I should just call them human. Like that motherfucker who I love to talk about on this podcast. I'm pretty sure I've brought him up plenty of fucking times. Jeff Bezos, richest man on the planet. Well, officially the richest man on the planet. I'd have to guess the richest man on the planet is probably actually some fucking drug kingpin or something who doesn't even want his fucking name known. But why the fuck is it that evil people make it to the top? And I mean, maybe I shouldn't call Jeff Bezos evil. I mean, his company does provide people with jobs, but I just wonder what the fuck do you need all that fucking money for? If I had a fucking $1 billion, I'd be like, hey, if I want to be greedy, I'd go, hey, I'll have 100 million for myself and the other 900 million I'll use to fucking do something for other people. Whether it's to give them a fuck ton of jobs, whether it's to improve their neighborhoods or their livelihoods, maybe to negotiate some deal where I could get all the fucking North Koreans out of North Korea. Something. Fuck. I don't know. Seeing that that's the way the world works makes me go, what the fuck is the value of my morals? What the fuck is the value of that? Obviously, morals don't take you to the fucking top. I can't think of any, any people who make it to the top based on just having wonderful morals. It doesn't seem to be that way. And like I said, I'm pretty sure anybody can think of a scenario where that's not the case. But it seems like all the power is in the hands of the people who are willing to forego morals completely. So I have to ask, what the fuck is the value of that shit? Because I feel like it's holding me back, or it's held me back. I mean, honestly, at this fucking point in the game, I'm kind of like fuck morals. Do as you please. Do what the fuck you want to do. Uh, Evil? Maybe there's no such thing as good and evil. Maybe that is just shit that is implanted in your brain. Cause that's the way I see it. But shit, I'm just another fucking Joe Blow. Who fucking knows? Not like I'm trying to tell people how to live their fucking life. Do what the fuck you want to do. But I gotta say, it seems like the morals that shit is a bunch of bullshit. I'd love to tell everybody to burn this shit down, burn it all down. But you know, people are gonna suffer even worse everybody if everybody burned it all down. Or at least that's what we've been told, that we'll all suffer, and Things will be much worse if we burn everything down. Shit. I don't know. Nukes sound like a fucking good cleanup option right now. Shit. Ah, maybe I shouldn't say good. It sounds like a cleanup option. Ain't nobody gonna be bad if we all get fucking nuked, because there wouldn't be no people. And yeah, that's a bit dark, but fuck you. Yeah, like that's the only way to get rid of these fucking cockroaches is a fucking suicide pact on society, on the fucking planet, and that's fucking nuts to me. Like the only way well, maybe I could be wrong. I mean, there's definitely ways to clarify this shit and fix this shit without nuking the whole fucking planet. I wouldn't want the whole planet to get nuked because my thing is, if the whole planet is nuked, that means we'll never get Tony's Cinnamon Crunchers again. And that was the best cereal in the history of mankind. And that's all I really care about is a motherfucking cereal. And also Cyberpunk 2077. I want to play that shit in 4K, 60 frames per second. Um, I would love to play it in 60 fucking 4K. I love to play that bitch in 8K actually, a fucking 144 frames per second or fucking 240 frames per second. But that's looking highly unlikely right now. And and it'll look even less likely if we nuke the fucking planet. So let's not nuke the planet, y'all. And also let's not burn all this shit down. At least until Cyberpunk 2077 comes out. That's like the only thing I'm looking forward to in life right now is that fucking game. I just want to play that bitch so fucking bad. That's my goal. That's my life goal right now. Hey, however sad it may be, I don't give a fuck. But shit. Yeah, man, this is a it's the world seems like it's fucked up. Seems like the fucking evilest motherfuckers make it to the top. And it seems like every time the people want some shit, it's on the back burner. Oh, yeah, oh, you want some kind of equality? Oh, that we'll get you in about 40 fucking years. If ever. I don't know. But yeah, that Netflix documentary or series or whatever, really fucking eye opening. Um, well, not necessarily eye opening. Well, yeah, I would say eye opening. Depends on who you are. Like I said, for me, I'm black. You know, I could try to be American as hard as I fucking can, and somebody will fucking remind me, oh, you're fucking, oh no, you're less. You're different. You're not a part of this group. But fuck those people. Maybe I'm not American. Maybe I'm just born here. I mean, after all, shit, Americans, Americans, African Americans, or fucking black people, as I say. Black people are the only fucking people who didn't end up here by choice. You got fucking brought here as fucking goods. We didn't immigrate here. Nobody said I'm moving to America for a fucking better life. Somebody got kidnapped, or millions of people got kidnapped, and those who survived the voyage here were fucking put in chains. And some time happened. Abraham Lincoln said, "Hey, I'm gonna free these motherfuckers as a military strategy," and now I'm here. If that makes me American in your eyes, so be it. But I don't know. A lot of times, I feel like black people in America have no country. We're just here. It's hard to call myself an American when I look at the fucking prison statistics or the fucking black on black crime, and I see that nobody gives a fuck. Nobody really gives a shit about that. And and worse yet is to see that that's like that on purpose. That's not an accident. It's not that black people are just fucking violent savages. It's a part of a system that was engineered to be that fucking way. And if you don't believe me, then fuck you. You know, the people who know. My people, I'm sure many of us do know that it's not that way by fucking accident. It's not some happenstance. You know, when I interact with a person who is not black, and I'm pretty sure many of you know Amber Geiger. You know, this is a Dallas-based podcast. I don't think we hide that. You know, and this Amber Geiger bitch, this fucking cop walked into a black man's home and fucking shot his ass. She had fucked up. She walked into the wrong fucking house. She thought she was going into her own house allegedly, and she shot this motherfucker. And people are still saying that she shot what she did was in the right. For people who aren't black to tell me that shit, that annoys the fucking piss out of me. That annoys the fuck out of me. The idea that you can be in your own fucking home, somebody can come in off of their mistake and fucking shoot you in the chest and you're dead, and it's your fault. You know, get the fuck out of here. And yeah, there are definitely people out there who say that shit. You know, it's funny because I tried to say, hey, just give this bitch manslaughter. She fucked up. She made a mistake. She didn't do it on purpose. You know, I always try to take the fucking some kind of middle ground. Something where, because I like to believe that other perspective is not one born out of hate. But psh, lately, I've been opening my fucking eyes. I've stopped being so fucking delusional. I've started seeing this shit for what it is. And yeah, it's a lot of fucking hate out here. A lot of fucking hate. But you know, it is what it is. I've got my fucking gun and nobody's fucking with me. Nobody's gonna pull that shit on my ass. You're not gonna hear about my black ass sitting in the fucking house and getting shot because somebody was walking in the wrong fucking door. Because number one, my fucking door is locked. But you know, fuck that. Fuck letting that shit happen. This shit ain't going down like that. Fucking walking to somebody the fucking ridiculousness of that shit. Somebody can walk into your house and shoot you and people will blame you. But you know, enough about that shit. I've made my point clear, and I wish a lot of other black people would make their point clear with, you know, by letting it be known that, well, for one, by buying a fucking gun. If you got a gun, a lot of these problems are gonna fucking fly out the window. You know, people are already scared of my ass for being black. You know, if I'm black and I got a gun, you're really gonna avoid my ass. But hey, like I said, I'm not trying to tell nobody how to live their life. But yeah, I do think most black people should have a fucking some fucking kind of weapon so that they don't have to worry about this bullshit. So that they won't be victimized. Even though most of the victimizing comes from other fucking black people, you know, which is a fucking tragedy in itself. But yeah, that's the one that bothers me, or that's one of the ones that bothers me the most. We fucking killing each other. But like I said, things are engineered that way. That's not a fucking accident. It's not a fucking happenstance. But yeah. Mm, tasty bottled water. I never thought I'd fucking buy bottled water. Always made fun of people who fucking bought bottled water when you could get the shit out the tap for free. But honestly, it does taste a bit better. And I really don't have the fucking disposable income. This is like leftover COVID water. Because I bought a bunch of fucking water before the COVID thing happened. Because I knew it was gonna fuck with the stores and the supply chain and shit. So I bought a bunch of water for myself, for my friends, for my for my family. Everybody ended up being fine. Nobody ended up needing the water. So I just ended up with a fuck ton of water, which I'm not complaining about. But shit, let me talk about some fucking different, some less stressing. But that's just the shit that's on my mind. And nobody can fault me for that. Nobody can blame me for it. Or I will point them to, my typical response for that, which is fuck you, eat a dick. But there's this I wonder if I can share it with a link or something. I could just fucking spell it out to you. You motherfuckers know how to type and spell and read, I'm sure. Hopefully. If not, I don't know what to tell you. Go learn somehow. But yeah, there's this video I was watching the other day. It's called Views of Tokyo, Japan, 1913 to 1950. 1915, sorry. Yeah, and it's 60 FPS. Views of Tokyo, Japan, 1913 hyphen 1915. And it's by this guy Denis Shiryayev. What the fuck is up with me and finding people with complicated ass names? Denis, Denis, space, Shiryayev, Shiryaev. And it's this video of Tokyo, Japan. And, from 1913, 1915, motherfucker, were you listening? Um, and it's so neat because, well, it's neat to see, but it's also, I mean, at least to me, it's very sad. It's sad to see because I'm looking at this video and all the people in the video are looking, they're looking at the camera and they're looking at it and they're looking at it just looking amazed. They're like, they don't know what the fuck that is. And ooh, especially this cute Japanese chick at the very beginning. Damn, what is she? If this is 1913 and she's like 20 in this video, she's like a bajillion years old. She's still fine though. Um, and probably by this point dead, I'm sure. But I don't know. In Asia, in Tokyo or Japan, they live for a long ass time. Sometimes. But anyhow, well, no, this is before World War II. That lady probably died for sure. Hopefully not in a fucking nuclear explosion due to that fucking dickhead Truman. But yeah. Anyhow, yeah, it's neat to watch this video, and it's just everybody is looking at the camera and they're looking at it like it's the most bizarre fucking thing they've ever seen. They just can't stop looking at it, some people. And it's just neat to see that time period. But it's also really sad because, everybody in that video or everybody in this video is dead. And when you're watching it, obviously they don't know. I mean, obviously it was recorded in 1913 and 1915. It was recorded, over 100 years ago. But it's to me at least, it's sad to see because there's all these people, just going about their day, living their lives, and they're looking at this camera with this amazement, this curiosity, wondering what this technology is, and they don't know that it is capturing their death. Of course, they're not dying on camera, but they are dead now. They don't know that. I mean, of course, they know that they will die someday, I'm sure, but to look at this video 100 years later and in a way gaze at their mortality and gaze at their unknowingness of the modern world and know that They're just that day that this got recorded was just another day to them. But I can look at this and almost gaze into their future and see death. And I maybe that sounds macabre, maybe that sounds strange, so be it. But it's just like I look at these people from, another country, a country I've never been to. I've never been to Japan. I would love to go. It seems like a beautiful place with a lot of beautiful people there. Like everywhere, most people on the or like most places in the world. But I'm seeing these people and I'm curious about them. It's like little kids walking around, little baby stuff. Little girls walking around carrying kids and whatnot, and these funny clothes. Like at like 2 minutes and like 50 seconds into the video, there's these kids walking by. They look like kids. They got to be kids, and they're wearing these weird ass jackets. It's like big ass. It's like if a sumo wrestler had a jacket, was wearing a jacket. It's like they're wearing a sumo wrestler robe, and it's big as hell on them. And they've got like little toddlers on their backs. And I'm like, what the hell is that about? But I'll never be able to ask him. Those people are older than me. Those people have died by now. And it's just to me that loss of life is, it's a bit saddening. It's funny to say that after like fucking 20 minutes ago I was talking about giving up my fucking morals and morals being a waste of time. But at the same time, I feel some kind of connection to these people because they're human. I mean, it's just because they're people that I'll never be able to talk to, people I'll never get to know, people who've lived their entire lives and I'll know nothing about it. It's like that quote from that Blade Runner movie, something about life being lost. Like I want to find the fucking quote just to so I can be accurate. And it's fuck. I want to say that fucking quote because I like that quote because it's like tears in the oh see, yeah, yeah. I won't say the whole thing, but the part that got me is that all those moments will be lost in time, like tears in rain. And when I watched this video, it's like it's like these people, all those moments that they had in their lives are lost to time like tears in rain. And I think that's kind of sad. I think that's tremendously sad and tragic. And I hope that one day maybe we'll be able to go back in time and fucking implant some shit in every human being's brain that like brings them back to life or brings them back in a fucking consciousness in a mortal machine body or some shit. And as ridiculous as that fucking sounds, you know, it would be nice if one day, because I mean, obviously by this point you probably have picked up on the fact that I'm not the religious type, um, or at least with any organized religion, But it would be nice if if these moments weren't lost, to time like tears in the rain. These little girls are walking, and this is 100 years ago. They were just living their normal day, and I can look at them now, and I can see their future that they were not aware of, which is kind of funny because this podcast, one day I may die. One day I'm pretty sure I'll fucking be dead. But one day I'll be dead, and maybe someone will listen to this podcast and they'll be able to still relate in the future to what I'm saying. Or maybe not. Maybe maybe what I'm describing will be something that is foreign to them. Maybe the idea of death will be changed in a way that I can't foresee, and maybe that'll be the tragedy behind listening to this podcast in the future. But I don't know. It's like there's a kinship there by looking at this video, because in the same way that those children are, you know, immortal in in the fact that this video of them exists, and they will always live on in this video. And of course, that doesn't benefit them truly because they're not alive. I'm assuming it was fucking 100 years ago. I don't know what the oldest person is right now, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Pretty sure these ain't them. But yeah, just to see this, it's like there's a little bit of kinship there, or a lot of kinship, because in the same way, maybe I'll be immortal in the fact that somebody 100 years in the future will be able to listen to my voice, provided we don't all get nuked. Man, lots of fucking conflicting ideas in this fucking podcast, huh? Well, that's just the nature of being human. But yeah, just it's just crazy to see it. These kids who are younger than myself, but at the same time older than myself, unaware of their impending demise. 100 years in the future. Hopefully, I hope it was 100 years in the future. I hope they got to live long, happy life. But I don't know. Who knows? But yeah, I'm gonna get off of that. Yeah, it's just sad to see. It's sad to see. These people just like me living their lives, and now they're gone, lost to time. The each little baby in this video walking around. There's a little baby that pops up right after those two girls in the sumo wrestling suit, just walking around, just doing baby shit. Just walking around, grabbing his clothes, like sucking on his lip, and just like da 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 da, taking his fucking little vest off and walking away from his parents. The parents are kind of like, looking at the camera like, oh, what the fuck is this? Because everybody in this video looks at the fucking camera. It's just a neat thing to see, but it does make me a little sad. A little sad to see that these people are no longer with us, and yet with us still. This video will probably be around longer than I ever. But it's a neat thing to see. Maybe one day in the future we'll have the ability to bring people back. But until then. But also another little video, little snippet that I wanted to talk about. I guess I did have things I wanted to talk about because I forgot I had this little page in the Discord where I post videos that I really want to talk about or that I'm interested in. And oh, I'm so fucking tired. Um, there's another video of people driving through a California wildfire, and there's two videos actually, and I want to talk about both of them. Both of them are crazy to me because before the California wildfires, and I think that was 2016 happened. Before those, I think it was 1 was in 2016 and one is in 2018. Or maybe they're both in 2016. Fuck if I know. Uh, but like one is called Footage of Driving Through the California Wildfire. And it's by Horrible Videos for You. And that four is the number four, not FOR. And it's about this girl. This you guys might have heard the story. This chick is trying to rescue some horses I want to say it was she was trying to rescue some horses and she's driving through this wildfire and it looks like she's driving through fucking hell at some point. And I just like it's not very often that I watch videos and I get fucking anxious. But like, man, watching these videos, and I'll just say for everybody who wants to watch these two videos, I'm about to reference the people. Well, uh, I'll spoil it. I will spoil what happens to these people. Um, if you don't want to know, if you want to be in some kind of fucking suspense of whether or not they die, if that's your fucking if that's your fucking stick, if that's your fucking schmeal, your splatoon, if that's your fucking thing, whatever. I'm making fucking words up. If that's your gabagoo, if that's your fucking your stuff, if you want to be left in suspense, then maybe skip ahead, 30 seconds. But yeah, both of these people and both of these or all the people in these videos, they survive, which I'm happy. I'm happy to know because I would never want anybody to fucking die like in these fires. It's the most fucked up shit ever. I mean, just fuck. It's it's crazy to see these videos because I'm like, I don't know if I would have been able to. I don't know if I would have had the mental strength to get through this shit. Uh, because this is definitely a situation where you could fucking panic and fucking lose your life because it's some crazy shit going down in these videos. But yeah, first that one footage of driving through the California wildfire from horrible videos for you. It's just a fucking funny name. I never really. And there's a part where this lady's she's driving, and I mean the video starts out with like she's driving. There's a fire off the side of the highway, and there's fire off in the distance on some mountains and shit. And it's like holy shit. And she's driving into this. She's driving through a tunnel because there's a tunnel that's going through the mountain, and the fire is on top of the mountain. But she's driving through the fucking tunnel. It starts getting really fucking smoky, and at the end of the tunnel, you know how they say don't drive towards the light? In this case, I would have really been like, don't drive towards the fucking light. Because the light was fucking orange. It was like she looked like she was driving in the gates of hell or something. It looks fucking terrifying. I've never known that there could be, some kind of situation to make Earth look like hell. I mean, just watch the fucking video. It looks like she's driving through fucking hell. She's literally on the fucking highway to hell. I mean, it looks fucking terrifying. And she can't see that far ahead of her. It's just it looks fucking insanely fucking scary. Like I don't fucking know how the fuck you would get through this. Um yeah, but oh shit, I just realized something too. That video that I just named, I thought it was a whole fucking video, but apparently it wasn't the whole fucking video. Yeah, because this that chick's video is longer than that. Because there's a part of that video. I mean, I'm sure you can search it up, or hey, if you're that interested, hit us up and hit me up in the Discord, hit me up on the Reddit. Hey, hey, Green, like on that California wildfire video, can you send me the link to the whole video? You know, yeah, that's no problem. But yeah, point being, she on the whole video, which I thought I had, but I didn't. But she oh, I'm so fucking tired. She she gets to a point where it looks like she's just trapped. It sounds like her car dies in the middle of the fucking like fire. Uh, but I'm not going to spoil it for you guys who don't want that video to be spoiled. Like I said earlier, uh, if that's your thing, even though this is a fucking real person's life, but I'm not judging you for it. It's not your life, and the shit has already happened. You're not hurting nobody. But the other video, the one that really was fucking terrifying looking to me, I mean they're both fucking terrifying, but this other one is even scarier to me. Um, Cause I mean, in that other video, the one with the chick who's driving, I don't think I would have put myself in that. I mean, I can't say what position she was in, but like looking at the video and knowing that and thinking, I'm not for sure, but thinking that she's going to go rescue some horses or some shit. I want to say that's what she was doing. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure that's what she was doing. She's going to go rescue some horses, set them free so they wouldn't be fucking burned to death. For me, it's like, hey, that's animals. I'm more important than animals. Uh, but hey, I can't really fault her for doing what she did. If those animals were important to her, I would think she would be more important to her family or to people who love her than those horses are. But anyhow, yeah, she was in a situation that I couldn't have seen myself in. But this other one, I could have saw myself in this situation because I don't know shit about forest fires. I've never been in a forest fire, and I would be waiting on someone to tell me to evacuate. Well, not honestly. Well, that's kind of bullshit. I wouldn't be living in a fucking place where they have forest fires, and on top of that, if I heard there's a fucking forest fire anywhere near where the fuck I would have got the fuck out of Dodge, out of the fucking forest. I'd be on the beach or some shit. But anyhow, yeah. I This one's called Shallot Shallot, I think. Chillette? Shallot? Well, god damn it, what the fuck is up with all these words I can't pronounce? Village Fire, Gatlinburg Amazing Escape from Hell full length video by Michael Luciano. And Shallot is Chalet. Shallot Village Fire, Gatlinburg, Amazing Escape from Hell. I'm not going to repeat the whole fucking title. You heard it. And Michael Luciano, thank you for this video cuz this is a fucking scary video, man. And they're driving through this fucking fire. Well, first of all, nobody told them to evacuate. They weren't told to evacuate. So at the beginning of the video, they're just looking around kind of like and also for those of you who are listening going, he summarized the video. I don't need to watch it. No, watch the fucking video. It's some shit that I did not think was fucking possible. Like I didn't know that when I heard of fucking forest fires, I thought of like, just a tree gets on fire and then the fire spreads a little and then another tree catches on fire and it burns down and you can run away from the trees cuz fire moves slow. But boy was I fucking wrong. I was completely fucking wrong cuz this is some other shit that I ain't never fucking seen. Looks like they're if you played Silent Hill and you've seen the fog in Silent Hill, imagine that fog has fire behind it. If that fog is red because it's got fire, and that's what the fuck is going on for these guys. So they see this fire in the sky. Well, not fire in the sky. This red light. There's smoke all around in the air, and it's red. So it's night, I believe. It's nighttime, but it looks like it's fucking. Well, I don't know if it's nighttime either because sometimes it looks like it's fucking pitch black outside in these videos, and they get out the smoke and it's fucking 12 p.m. Middle of the fucking day. It's just so fucking crazy and bizarre. But yeah, these guys drive through a fucking fire, just a series of fucking fires. I mean, it's it's absurd. It's some shit like literally. It looks like they're driving through hell. The whole fucking video just looks like they're driving through hell. Like that other chick was on the highway to hell. These guys were on the fucking back streets of hell. Yeah, this it looks fucking crazy. It's crazy to see. If you live somewhere where this might happen, get the fuck out of there. Move the fuck away. Cause it looks fucking terrifying. And fuck getting your possessions and all that other bullshit. You don't want to die in no fire like this. Cause this shit looks fucking terrifying beyond all belief. It looks like a fucking nightmare. But yeah, oh shit, I leaned out all out of the mic. I was trying to watch the fucking video again. But yeah, I found that shit crazy. Honestly, I don't really have much shit else to say. I mean, I could go on forever about that video, that old video of Tokyo. And also, I will say I'm a little bit biased because I do love Asian women, and there are Asian women in this. I mean, I love all women, but like especially Asian women. And even though some of these chicks are probably like fucking 80 years old, oh, not 80 years old, like a fucking 120 years old. Damn, 120 years ago, those looking bad in a good way, obviously. But yeah, I'll leave it on that. Uh, I'm fucking tired. Um, it's fucking what 10:35 a.m. I haven't slept in like 14 hours. I had a little nap earlier, but I'm tired as fuck, and I want to do something other than fucking talking this fucking speaker. Maybe I'll watch some more of that Netflix series to make myself fucking mad. To wonder if I'm a fucking American or I'm a fucking I'm just a human being without a real country. I don't know. I guess I'll have to fucking maybe I'll watch that video or watch that series and at some point he'll make everything better. But I really doubt it because isn't there like a pretty sure there's a part of this fucking documentary where he talks about the fucking drug war, and that's definitely a black people centric thing. I don't know if he does or doesn't. But yeah, I'll end it here. And if you're listening, hey, uh don't ever take anything I say too fucking seriously when it comes to, morals and all this other shit, Like obviously I'm fucking frustrated at all this evil, fucked up shit going on in the world. Also, before I forget, I did want to mention this. One thing that he mentions in that Netflix series is that 27 million Russians died in World War II. And in World War II, at least in America, we always see, the Americans as the ones who won that war. And which is another strange thing for me being black because my grandfather tried to go and serve and fight in World War II, and they wouldn't let him because he was black, you know. So it's one of those things where everybody else looks at the people in World War II and they see their heroes, and for a time I did see them as heroes too. Till my grandpa, let me know that or told me, that hey, he tried to go fight, and they just called him a nigger and sent him on his way. Like how the fuck are those gonna be my heroes now? They what the fuck, It's like they're fighting against fascism and all this other shit, and at the same time, there's that. How the fuck are those people? How the hell them can I look at those people and go, oh yeah, those guys, they're my heroes too. It's so fucking strange. Being black in America is it's not a what am I trying to say here? It's not like this is the American society and the culture and all this shit was built for you, obviously, because I don't know how the fuck to feel about those people. The Nazis hated me, and the people who claimed to and the people who fought against them hated me too. So it's like, where the fuck do I stand in this shit? But that's another conversation for another time, maybe. Um, Maybe I'll talk to Chef Tactical on that one to get his input. But yeah, that's just one of those things. But yeah, I mean, we always think about the Americans as being the heroes in that war in America, at least. I know the UK has a different view on it. I know other European countries have a different view on it because their homes, their countries got wrecked in that war. But yeah, it's like what the fuck? We lost, I want to say like 400 over 405,000 people. Less than 500,000 people. And the Russians lost 27 million. And not to mention China. China lost, let me look it up because I remember Russia and China had some kind of thing, okay, it says that China had some anywhere from 15 million to 20 million deaths or 20 million killed. And God, just watch the fucking Netflix documentary or series. Oliver Stone's Untold History of the United States. It's great because I never knew Russia and China lost so many people in World War II until they got together because they I think this happened, I want to say in 2018, maybe 2018 or somewhere from 2016 to 2019, somewhere in there they got together and they had an event uh, because all the Western powers had some kind of event and some kind of memorial for World War II, and Russia and China were not invited, and Russia and China lost. Russia alone lost, I believe, more than America and the United Kingdom and all the European countries combined. Uh, don't quote me on that. I want to say that is correct though. Uh, but you don't hear about that. You don't hear about the fact that Russia was one of the main reasons that the Nazis got taken out. You don't hear about that. The history is so fucking biased that it becomes a lie. And so you see that it's not just America won the war. And that's because I was always told that, the war's going on and the Allies were losing or on okay, but not really good. Then America came in and America took over and won the war. But that's not the fucking case. You know, the Russians lost a fucking tremendous amount. I did a report in high school of about Russia, and one thing I found strange in that report was the sparsity of the population in Russia. The population wasn't very dense. They even had a holiday basically where they're trying to get people to have babies. And I thought that was so fucking strange. Like, how is this country a world power and they don't have hardly any people in their country? And then I read it was because of war, but I didn't understand the numbers behind it. I was like, damn, they lost a lot of people to war. Man, they got some real warriors over there. And just goddamn, the 27 million, 27 million. That's a hell of a number of men to lose in a war. Men and women. Uh, just that's fucking insane. That's it's an unfathomable number. and not to spit on the sacrifices of the Americans who died in the war, but 405,000 versus 27 million, and we don't bring up those 27 million people like they didn't help fight the Nazis. That's fucking what a disingenuous piece of shit. Like what who the fuck wrote our history books? I mean, obviously America wrote the history in terms of, it was Americans who wrote the history that we read here in America. But like what kind of bullshit is that? That's absurd. This distorted view of history that we've been given, you know? I mean, not to say that I was some not to ever say that I've been some kind of scholar, some bullshit like that. But in school, when history class came around, I mean, I'd always been a B student, you know. And to think, I did all this studying and all this learning, and so much of it was fucking bullshit. And now my worldview is distorted. My worldview is a lie. It makes me wonder what other lies have I told. But shout out to, even though I'll say some shit about the Chinese Communist Party and whatnot, and even though Stalin was a bad dude, he murdered millions of people. Just the human toll, the human loss, the suffering of those millions of people who died. I don't think that can be forgotten. So shout out to China, shout out to Russia. Uh, I don't think it's fair that we've just branded certain countries and certain entire peoples as enemy, and we can't look at history in an unbiased light. That's just some of that Truman bullshit. If we had Henry Wallace, maybe we'd be holding hands and singing "Kumbaya." Maybe we'd already be nuked by now. Who knows? But I'd rather be fucking, rather fucking die in fucking nuclear hellfire than in a just way, or like, not to say that there's a just way to get fucking nuked, but I'd rather go out with Henry Wallace in a fucking swarm of nukes than with fucking Truman with a fucking swarm of lies. But yeah, that's it. A little bit more of my fucking crazy ass perspective. But if you're listening, have a good day. And I don't know, some other shit. Insert other positive shit here. Whatever. Adios. I'm out.